Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for May 19th, 2020 from Joshua chapter 5, the monument to remember God's faithfulness. As God divided the waters of the Jordan River, Joshua was given another command. Verse 1, When all the nations had finished passing over the Jordan, the Lord said to Joshua, Take 12 men from the people, from each tribe a man, and command them, saying, Take 12 stones from here, out of the midst of the Jordan, from the very place where the priest's feet stood firmly, and bring them over with you, and lay them down in the place where you lodge tonight. Notice again the emphasis around the ark of the Lord, which the priests were holding. It's all about God, and God being with the people. Verse 5, And Joshua said to them, Pass on before the ark of the Lord your God into the midst of the Jordan, and take up each of you a stone upon his shoulder, according to the number of the tribes of the people of Israel, that this may be a sign among you. When your children ask in time to come, What do those stones mean to you? That's a question that each generation has to ask. What does those stones? Those stones point us to God. So what does God mean for you? The monument was so that the next generation would remember that God keeps his promises. God wants us to continue to remember that God is a good gift giver, and that God keeps his promises, and that we are to trust him. Even today, we remember God. God doesn't ask us to set up stones as a monument, but instead, he feeds us. Notice what it says in Luke chapter 22, verse 19. And he took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to them, saying, This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. Jesus gives us the Lord's Supper, in which we are connected with God. The sins that separate us from God are taken away, and so that we dare not forget about God, so that we remember him, and God remembers us. Let's get back to Joshua. Verse 14, On that day the Lord exalted Joshua in the sight of all Israel, and they stood in awe of him, just as they had stood in awe of Moses all the days of his life. So the people of Israel saw God in action again and remembered. They were going to follow Joshua's lead, just as they followed Moses' lead. Verse 23, For the Lord your God dried up the waters of the Jordan for you until you passed over, as the Lord your God did to the Red Sea, which was dried up for us until we passed over, so that all the peoples of the earth may know that the hand of the Lord is mighty, that you may fear the Lord your God forever. That's what God wants for us, to remember him, to trust him, to fear him above all things. So in our daily lives, we need to remember that, yes, the Lord is mighty, and we don't need to give in to fear, but to realize that God is in control. Join me again tomorrow as Joshua has his burning bush moment, just like Moses did, but in a little bit of a different way. God's peace and many blessings be with you. Thank you for watching, and please take an opportunity to share this video with others. If you have enjoyed these daily devotions, please consider making a donation to Peace Lutheran Church, 24024 West Main Street, Plainfield, Illinois, 60544. Thank you again for watching.